Oh man, my kids' faces. And the 14-year-old boy. And my daughter was doing CPR.
The Stockton, California mass shooting is going to affect the lives of the community permanently, but this update is going to be about the intended targets who were lucky enough to get away with their lives. Rapper targeted in mass shooting is hiding out, fearing for his life after being shot at the little girl's birthday party, dad says. His dad is the one that had to say that. I said that in my last video. After that last attempt on your life, why would you still live in that city? Maybe I'm not gangster, but if my ops were risking the electric chair and national media coverage trying to kill me, I think it's about time for me to move. A rapper targeted in the deadly birthday party mass shooting that left 3 kids dead is hiding out and fearing for his life after he and his wife were both wounded, his dad says. Now, I don't know if MBNel is wanted by the police for questioning or if he's at a hospital or somewhere just trying to heal and rest up. But one thing we didn't need was a press release from MBNel's dad telling us he's hiding. I'm not even sure if that's how hiding works. But it continues. Rapper MBNel was among the 15 shot at a birthday party for a friend's 2-year-old daughter inside Monkey Space, a banquet hall in Stockton on Saturday evening, his father, Junior Donegan, told the Post. So apparently I was wrong about him moving out of Stockton, but I can't make this up. This is the most detailed public plan of hiding I have ever witnessed. MBNel, real name John O'Dongan, had previously fled Stockton and was living outside Sacramento. He had returned to the crime-ridden city of 300,000 people to meet with his rapper pals at the birthday party, his dad said. He just came to drop off a present at his friend's party, whose daughter was the celebrant, Junior Donegan said. He was shot, but he is okay. He called me and said, don't say anything to anybody. The Stockton-based rapper moved out of the area 2 years ago because he feared for his safety, including an incident where other thugs shot 22 bullets at his parents' house a few years ago, Donegan recalled. My daughter-in-law was hit in the butt, Donegan continued. We are worried. I'm worried about my wife, but I can't do anything about it. And this is the part of the gang life they don't tell you about. No matter how anybody might feel about MBNel's presence being the reason for the mass shooting, that doesn't mean his family should be on the hook for his alleged previous actions. Everyone involved in this gang war has family on both sides. And in a city so small, it's gotta be terrifying to know that you could bump into a gunman at any moment, all because of the alleged actions of a brother, cousin, nephew. But it continues. 3 children and 1 young adult were killed in the shooting, what Stockton Mayor Christina Fugazi said was related to gang violence. Now, like I said, this has to be the sloppiest plan of hiding I've ever seen. Now, I don't know if the dad is saying that to throw people off or what, but MBNel specifically told his dad not to say anything to anybody, and his dad immediately went to the Stockton Post. Now that I think about it, going into hiding might be the smartest thing anybody can do in this moment. If my ops pulled the dumbest crash out in the world that got Luigi Mangione coverage, I guess all you have to do is sit back and wait for the FBI to do their job. I would think cooler heads would prevail and there wouldn't be retaliation for this mass shooting. But then I remember what city we're talking about and the fact that we had a mass shooting at a kid's birthday party in the first place. So I can only hope that some people in the community just let law enforcement do their jobs. But there is more in this update on the case. A woman who was at the party came out and gave her version of events and said the news got the whole story wrong.
Let's y'all face
Okay, so I don't really come on the internet, but this mass shooting shit in Stockton has really got me so first of all, being invited there, I mean, it was a wonderful party. But I just don't feel like the news is just being honest. Being in there and not knowing whether you gonna make it out. And here's the thing, like, you know, you're having a gathering, you done had a couple of drinks and stuff, so you don't really process what's going on, okay? So shots rang out. At first you think it's like balloons or whatever. And then all of a sudden you realize the second round of shots that's coming in, these ain't no normal guns. Like, they in here lighting shit. And it was an open, like, banquet hall. So there is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide. You don't know whether you... And I remember thinking that, like, we ain't finna make it out this motherfucker. My kids. Like, bro, there was so many dead bodies, bro. Those are not being honest. They're not being honest. It was the kids for me. It was the kids. My daughter was doing CPR on that little boy who died. She said his dad kept asking, is he gone? I couldn't even imagine not coming back home with my mom. Like, I've never seen some dead bodies, lifeless bodies. I don't know. I know for a fact I saw like a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old girl, and she was lifeless. I ain't hear the news say nothing about that. Um, I was helping my daughter tie up people's legs. They had been shot in the legs. There was another dead body on the back porch, and he was all twisted up. Um, there was nowhere to hide, nowhere, and like when it was going on, like I remember I was thinking smart, thinking, well, where would where would you stand, and where would be? Because you couldn't tell if they was in the building shooting or where they was. All you knew is that these was not some ordinary ass guns. Mm, it wasn't, and so I don't know. I just remember helping get people to the ambulance, but this is, of course, after it was over, while it was going on. You did not know. My biggest thing right now is picturing if it would have been, um, not questioning God, but why he's spared me and my children. Because bullets, they ain't got no name on them. And it could have been anybody. And I was swimming in blood. And blood, and then I looked down, I was like, is this beans or blood? It was both. And I think, after like sobering up and then like waking up this morning, just realizing that my babies is still here. Like, I don't even care about myself, but my babies is still here. But then the agony of the people who went to the party and they didn't make it out. Like, Brian does not mean to get on no internet. But I'm telling you, this shit is. I gotta imagine even if it was me or one of if I was holding one of my babies. Who would have been helping me? Who would have been? Because people were just walking by trying to find their loved ones, trying to find. You couldn't find nobody, and there was just bodies all over the floor. Bodies. I'm telling y'all, the news is not. I don't know if they have to protect things or they can't release certain information, or they just don't know because nobody would talk to the police. Nobody said, and I get it. I guess the politics or whatever, which I don't know nothing about, and don't want to know nothing about. I'm not slow to the hood shit, but I don't let that lifestyle neither. I just thought we was supporting a birthday party. It was kids. That's what's me up. It was kids. They didn't make it out. It wasn't adults. I can't unsee the flesh, the bullet wound, the body. I can't. I can't. I can't. And it took the police so long to get there, the fucking ambulance so long to get there. They did not come till like 30, 45 minutes later. So they were doomed. They were doomed. And my daughter was in there giving CPR and all. Like, she saved lives. She saved so many lives. I don't know, y'all. It was crazy. But from the inside, it was the worst feeling in the world. And I know if you're gonna make it out. I don't even think I had time to panic, but I'm so sorry for all the lost souls, the kids, the parents that were probably up all crying. They ain't got no sleep. You don't never see your kids again. My kids are traumatized. I'm traumatized. They said they don't ever want to go to a birthday party again. They said, I just want to say that, for somebody innocent, like, me, like going to support something and all the other innocent people, I know it's something that, um, it's not just so cut and dry. Oh, it's something that I'll never forget. It is something traumatizing. You're gonna dream about it. You're gonna have nightmares about it. You're gonna wake up thinking about it, especially if you lost someone. The amount of bullets flying through the walls, the rounds. These were no normal guns. I'm talking SWAT team, AKs and AR-15s. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You could feel it ricocheting through and just when you thought it was gonna stop, it was round after round after round after round. I'm talking about 5 minutes worth of shooting. And it's not one of those things where it just feels like a minute feels like such a long time. No, it was like 5 minutes worth of shooting, and then it stopped for like a minute and then lit back up again. And I don't know. It's definitely somewhere I feel like I don't want to throw no birthday parties. I don't want to go to any. I don't want to go to no club. I don't want to go nowhere. It's gonna be a lot of people. Um, I think, like I said, the biggest thing for me is the terror. Oh man, my kids' faces, and the 14-year-old boy. And my daughter was doing CPR. Get it? Daddy, whoever that was with him, kept asking, is he gone? And my daughter kept telling him, you gotta talk to him, you gotta talk to him, let him know you're here. But his eyes was already rolling in the back of his head. Could not imagine if it was my son. Oh, I'm telling you. Oh my goodness, I'm so scared. I just want all the parents to know that I'm praying for them. It ain't nothing. It seems like ain't nothing no prayer can do, but there is power in prayer. And I know it seems hopeless. Oh, but I just need them parents that lost their kids to know that I feel their pain. Bruh, I have not. All I've been doing is watching these clips all day. And the news, like I said, it's like what hurts me too the most is that everybody who got injured or was life threatening didn't stand a chance because it took the police forever to get there. It took the ambulance, I mean, at least 30, 45 minutes to get there. There was so many people hurt and there wasn't enough ambulances. I mean, I'm telling you, we escorted one girl out who was shot in both her legs, and we had to carry her out, and she got left by herself. So we had to carry her out, and she was sitting there waiting for an ambulance, but they kept having to prioritize the people who were non-responsive, and there were so many non-responsive bodies. That's why I just don't understand if the news is not at liberty to release, like the details of what really happened, or baby, that God works miracles because you're telling me that these lifeless bodies survived. Or if just for some reason, they don't know the facts. Nobody wanted to cooperate with the police, and that's how the streets go. So nobody talked to the police, and I mean nobody. When I say nobody talked to the police, nobody talked to the police. I mean they were angry at the police, and I get it because the police came there like they did not give two fucks. They no emotion, no, they did not give two fucks. At least that's what it appeared like. Like I said, I've never seen so many dead bodies in my life, or bodies, I don't know, injured bodies, but that's what it was like on the inside. Again, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and God definitely kept you covered if you made it out alive. So, but to everybody that loves somebody, oh my God, tell them how much you love them every day. Hold your family tight. Like, I'm telling you. So I don't know what would happen if something would happen to one of my babies. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now, and I'm just going to pray like I have been doing all day.
Wow. I feel so sorry for that woman and anybody who else was in that banquet hall. But she did bring up something that was very interesting. She said the news didn't actually cover on all who was injured. And in this case, I definitely believe her. Because in my last video, I told you that rapper Fast Traffic knew some people who were actually at that party. In fact, not only does he live in Stockton and heard about the shooting immediately, he actually texted me at 2 o'clock in the morning and told me that his girlfriend lost a cousin in that mass shooting. But the news never reported on it. But like I said, my thoughts and prayers are going to anybody who's inside that banquet hall, because nobody knows the level of trauma that anybody is going through right now. But Dougie Threes and another man would be arrested on parole violations because of the shooting. And this would be the time that Dougie talks to the press to plead his innocence in the whole matter.
He says he saw everything that happened when the shooting went down. He, along with another man, were arrested for parole violations.
To be clear, they are not considered suspects in the mass shooting. KCRA3's Anahita Jafari sat down with one of those men, and we do want to warn you, some of these details are hard to hear.
25-year-old Billy Williams sits in the San Joaquin County Jail.
They want to talk about my name. They want to talk about what happened. They talk about who carried the kids, not why they came. We don't know why they came, because I wouldn't do that to somebody.
Speaking out about what happened the night of the shooting and his arrest 2 days later.
My parole right now is based off being around where a crime was committed.
He tells me he doesn't know why someone would shoot up a children's birthday party. Do you think you know who did this?
No, you don't.
He says he was there for his niece's party and thought he heard balloons popping, but really they were gunshots.
I just started to run after all the kids that I seen the wall. I started to carry them, and police came that They didn't run to the kids. They were like still pointing the guns.
He says his back was turned, so he didn't know who was shooting at them.
I couldn't believe it because I turned around and I seen the little girl fall. When I seen the little girl fall, I was like, ah. It was like a bull.
Williams tells me when police arrived, he says they took a long time to get into the building.
I was like, the kids is dying. And they wouldn't leave.
In Stockton, I'm Anahita Jafari, KCRA 3 News.
Williams told Anahita that all he cares about now is getting out of jail so he can be with his family. He says he has seen the posts on social media, people claiming that he and Luciano Guerrero were the targets of the shooting. But he says if anyone was targeted, he doesn't understand why those attackers would shoot children.
They down on that block. Give a fuck about no kids. Free bands, them niggas still mad about that last shit.
Now, like I said, I have no idea why Dougie would pick this time to speak to the press, because it looks like that man didn't practice one day of trying to look believable. Unfortunately, we really know what it is and who the gunmen were really looking for. The only honest thing that Dougie said in that press conference was, if they were actually looking for them, why did they shoot children? Now, at least 2 of the gang members that were at this birthday party were on parole and probation. That part of the story twists the knife in a little bit more after the fact. Because when you're on parole, gang members aren't even supposed to be around each other. Maybe because things like this could happen. So of course, their parole officer violated their parole and they have to do a violation, which could be anywhere from a month to 6 months. But to be honest, that's probably the safest place for them right now. Now, some people are arguing between this being a mass shooting or a gang-affiliated targeted attack. In my mind, the distinction doesn't matter because this was an unnecessary tragedy that happened to children. But Burna Boy, somebody with the resources, made a post saying that he would pay for the funeral of all 4 of the deceased. We all know this doesn't bring the loved ones back, but at least this takes some of the burden off the family at such a sorrowful time. Now, this whole story is crazy and getting crazier by the day. Every day there's something new that develops in this story. And I get the feeling it's gonna be like that for a while. When you see gang members going to jail for making bad decisions, you can't feel bad for them. But when you see women, children, elderly, gunned down for allegedly your actions, my only question is, how do you sleep at night? Anybody from Stockton, or if you just listened to his music, would have laughed Dougie out the building if he would have said any of those lies to your face. Does he know why the shooting happened? Absolutely. Does he know who did the shooting? Unfortunately, absolutely. I think the only person who doesn't know yet is the police. But hey, let me know in the comments. Do you think there's going to be retaliation from this mass shooting? Or do you think Stockton is finally going to stop the violence? And if you made it this far, click the left side of your screen to see exclusive Ring camera footage from the Stockton Massacre. And also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but...
Fuck that little 10. I'm maxed out.